Hi guys. Habari zenu. I hope mko fiti. Mi niko salama. Surprise. Your local pothead expanding our universe back with another video. So, if you follow me on my socials, Instagram to be specific. I think socials zote actually apart from Threads. If you follow me on my socials, nikipost notification ya the video on boarding school is not a real place, niliandika venye hapo chini. I've just realized that like the themes around my life right now is healing my inner child and healing my teenage self, and I love it here. I love it here. So on today's video, it was a random thought, as usual, random thoughts that I decided to dig deeper into them. So I got this random thought nikiwa kwa mat, and I decided to do, I don't know what to call it, but I realized I lost so much of myself nikiwa teenager, and that is what I'm getting back, like self-expression in how I dress, self-expression in how I talk, self-expression in everything that I do is something that was slowly being picked away at when I was a child and when I was a teenager. But now as a young adult, I get to get it back, you know. So in it about video leo ni about teenagehood yangu, and different instances that took me away from myself, ama things that made me feel like ni kama mimi ndio niko na shida yenye nataka kuambia si wewe, you're not the problem, society is the problem. Yeah, kitu kama hiyo tu. So yeah, let's get into it. What made me want to do this video is this specific memory. So 12 turning 13, sindi unakuwa teenager. So when I was turning 13 years old, there were whispers heard through the walls that surprise ameanza kukatwalk. So at 12 turning 13, I was in class. Hey, ninawapea aki mtanijua inside and out. Najijua inside out, inside out, inside and out. So 12 turning 13, hiyo nilikuwa class 12 turning 13. Nilikuwa class 12 turning 13, turn 13 class 8. Class 8, nilikuwa class 8. So nikiwa class 8 kwa like heading to my birthday. Actually after my birthday, hata si heading to my birthday, after my birthday, si nilikuwa boarding school, you already know that. After my birthday, rumors, whispers were heard around. Like, I don't know who started it or who was saying it, but I bet I triggered them. If I didn't inspire them, I triggered them. Squeezy, tunajua, if I don't inspire you, I'm triggering you. There's no other way. It's either I'm inspiring you or I am triggering you. So whoever started this rumor, thank you though. You made it, you put it into perspective. Yeah, so ikaanza kusemekana that surprise anajiona sana na ana catwalk. Ati ameanza kukatwalk juu yeye ni teenager. Ati kwanza vile amefika 13. That was the whole point. Kwanza vile amefika 13, si birthday yake imekuwa juzi. Ana catwalk. And from my POV, I was watching, my favorite, this is one of my favorite series of all time. Ilikuwa inaitwa The Lying Game. Sijui mbona ilikansoliwa. Kama unajua The Lying Game, comment. Kama ulikuwa watch The Lying Game, comment. So yeah, The Lying Game, kuna huyu dem alikuwa anaitwa Emma Baker. So I really loved how Emma Baker used to walk in that show, and I was like like I've always been self-conscious about my posture while walking and while sitting. Najipatanga tu nime straighten back nikiwa nime slouch. Mimi sipendi ku slouch, hata marafiki zangu wenye wao wana slouch mwendwa yes, sit up, like sit up. Why are you slouching? Why you walk straight? So Emma Baker was inspiring, and apparently how she was walking is catwalking, and I don't mind. If that is what it takes for me to maintain my posture, then yes, I will catwalk. For a moment that threw me off because I was like, guys, sitaki kuonekana ni kama najifanya, sitaki kuonekana ni kama nakatalk, but that's how I walk. Like, I'm just working on my posture. With time, that is just how I walk. Alafu, yeah, kama unaona hiyo ikupendeze, hebu wewe jaribu style yako tuone kama hiyo itabamba, si ndio? Yes. Yeah. Another, oh my god. I think I've already touched on bullying instances, a few bullying instances. So growing up, I was always the underdog. I feel like I was always the underdog. Watu wakichaguliwa, hii sasa nikiwa mtoto, watu wakichaguliwa kwa cha mama na cha baba, you'd find that mimi nitakuwa nikue auntie kila saa. What man? Mimi nitakuwa nikue auntie ama watchman kila saa. Like, I was always given the role sijui gani hiyo. Like, guys, why were you mean? I understand though, cause now this point is because I remembered, let me cook. So growing up, I was always the underdog, yeah, and it didn't feel nice unless I was people pleasing. I just realized hadi niliandika hapa, acha tusome exactly vile niliandika. Si mimi oops guy, haitaki niisome. Anyway, nilikuwa like, unless I was people pleasing, people didn't want to have me around like that. Like, yeah, I have people who wanted me around like that, like my genuine friends, but I feel like we were all going through so much. So unless nilikuwa ninaenda kuibia sister yangu makeup, I'm sorry. Unless nilikuwa ninaenda kuibia sister yangu makeup nipeleke marafiki zangu, like they wouldn't want to be my friends. Basically, you had to do something to earn the right to be friends to certain people in my area where I grew up, yeah. And it got to me. So one day mimi nilikuwa natembea tu kwa stairs bure tu, nikakutana na a little girl anaitwa Maggie, and I decided, finally I am the one on top. Oh, this is not a proud moment. This is a moment that haunts me always. Like, nakumbukanga hivi ninabaki to what the fuck was that, but yeah, we live and we learn. So nikakutana na Maggie kwa stairs, nikaanza, kwanza it's a new person, it's a new girl, I've never seen her around, I don't know her, and I'm like, hey, kwani unaitwa nani? Akaniambia, and she was so sweet. It's just that I was bigger than her, ndio maana nikaona ni kama ninaweza get away with bullying her. Yeah. So she was so sweet. Kama unaitwa nani? Akaniambia naitwa Maggie. Alafu nikamwambia hebu come closer, nikamslap. Not my proudest moment. I was just perpetuating what was already done to me. It is a cycle. As I said in that boarding is not a real place video, no one does anything to anyone if they're not already going through something themselves. So mimi nikasema, kila saa ni mimi ndio huwa ninakuwa picked on. Leo ni mimi ninaweza pick or whatever that is. And I bullied this girl. Aki, Maggie, if you ever see this, sijui hata kama unakumbuka, but may I remember it for the rest of my life. I'll remember it. I'm sorry, manze. But I already apologized. I remember, sasa si nikamchapa, alafu nikakimbia. Kumbe auntie yake alikuwa like, tulikuwa on first floor. I think auntie yake alikuwa like second floor ama third floor. Akamsikia akilia, akamwambia Maggie nini mbaya? Huyo mtoto akakimbia, hata mimi nikakimbia kwetu. Akisi kutoka kwetu for like 2 days. Because of the fear, like bullies style up. Like, how do you live like that? Ama ni mimi tu? Don't you have a conscience? Don't do that. Bullying is not the right way to go about your feelings and your emotions. Like, no. So like after a few days, I think sijui nini ilifanyika, but auntie yake akaniita. Like, I don't know if aliniita ama nini, but I was to apologize to her. Alafu pia yeye akanichapa, ndio yeye akaambia hebu mchape pia yeye asikie vile ulisikia, but of course haikuwa mbaya, and I apologized. But it's not a proud moment. That is one moment that was taken away from me just because of society. And yeah, I'm glad that even at that young age I could see that sikuwa nimefanya kitu right, and I'm glad that hadi wa leo I've never bullied someone again. Like, that was the first and last time. So stop bullying people. Just stop it. Get some help. I think I tapped into my femininity from a very young age, you know, cause yeah, I think it's just what I said. I think I tapped into my femininity from a really young age, and many people around me were triggered by that. Like, many people were triggered by that. Many people were triggered. I can't say inspired at this. Okay, so yeah, I believe I knew I was that girl from the very beginning. Ni vile tu sikukuwa na sikukuwa na voices around me reminding me that I am that girl. Ilikuwa inakaa ni kama ni an illusion, because how comes it's only me who's believing in it? Yeah, like, how comes I can only hear it from myself, and if I can't hear it from anyone else? Like, Managet, you're a child, you need the society to mold you and to build you, and what does the society do? It breaks you down. Shame. So for my femininity, I was shamed for times that grown-ups were hitting on me. Why were grown-ups hitting on me and I'm the problem? Why were teachers hitting on me and I get to be the problem? Mbona shida si the pedophiles? Mbona shida ni mimi? So that made me like get into a shell. Unajua, like, I don't wanna, mimi si msichana hivyo, mimi ni brother. Ilinifanya nikapata brother. So you'd find that I've always been hit on by older people since I was a child. Oh my god. Like, there's not much. Like, if you're asking if I was protected by the people around me, by my family and friends, yes, they protected me, but sasa unapata tu kuna watu wenye unatembea kwa barabara, you're a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old, like you're a teenager, unatembea kwa barabara, and a whole ass adult is hitting on you. And then when you complain, inakuwa mbona wewe ndio uko provocative, mbona wewe unakaa hivyo vizuri sana, mbona wewe unakaa enticing. Haufai kukaa enticing, you're supposed to look like you know. So I think shame is something that has been placed on us, kwanza girls. Oh my god, from a very young age, society wants to shame us for our femininity. It wants to put the blame on us for a culture that it is. I'm triggered. I'm really triggered. So badala ya kusema chenye niko nayo kwa kichwa, acha tunisome chenye niliandika. I think I tapped into my femininity at a young age, and many people were triggered by it. I believe I knew I was it while still staying in my lane and not stepping on people's toes, and it was not well received, so I chose to hide it. Like, it was never well received. Mbona msiambie? I have always been a soft girl. I was looking at, I was just like reminiscing. I have always been a soft girl. I've never been one for, unajua, I've always been in my feminine energy up until I was shown that being in my feminine energy is not something that will get me as far as I think it would get me. So then nika morph into my masculine energy so much. Hapo sasa ndio brother inatokea. Hapo unapata I want to wear baggy clothes. I'm not saying baggy clothes ni mbaya. I still wear baggy clothes. Like, I love baggy clothes because it's a sense of fashion, yeah. But I started wearing, nilikuwa naangalia mbona nilikuwa ninavaa baggy clothes sana. Because nilikuwa nataka kuficha haga. Nataka kuficha, like, you know, cause ushaambiwa hizo vitu ukiendelea kuonyesha watu wewe na unabaki sasa ninafaa kufanya nini na maumbile jamani. Why are you shaming me in my femininity? So I think that's something that I'm getting back pole pole. My soft girl era, it has always been an era. It's just that kidogo my mind was thrown off balance, but we're getting there. Yeah. So let me continue. How dare you be so authentic and appealing? That's society asking you. And yeah, I have goddess energy, and it is not my fault that people around me can't seem to understand it, and they are just terrified. And I need to understand that, but I really need to understand, overstand that it is not my fault. It is not in how I look. or how I dress or how I, move. That is not my fault. That is not my problem. The problem is you, yeah, for thinking like, yeah, I think that's all I'll say. I think nilikuwa nisha mention the fact that allegedly I ended up dating everyone in my class when I was in primary school. Yeah, hiyo pia ni teenagehood. Hiyo ni the area around teenagehood and all. So there was this thing, yeah, assuming just because I have very many guy friends that I have to be doing something like them. I ended up dating people so easily because now I'm interested in this one and your eyes are not even on this one, so yeah, I can easily get them. Sijui penye inaenda. I feel like it sounded better in my head, but I'll just say it. So yeah, I wouldn't call that dating. That was playing house. I went after guys I wanted and got them without anyone ever knowing about it. Like, you put so much shame into kwani adolescence ni nini? Why do you tell us? Why is it taught in science that during adolescence people are attracted to people of the other gender, ama wa mnasemaje, and then still shame us for it? I'm learning to get that back. I'm learning to get it back that you can always get what you want, and it is not a EOC issue. It's not supposed to be an issue. I don't know how else to put it. Inaitwaje, being attracted to people, like kwa attraction, acha tuseme hivyo. Kwa attraction, I wasn't a reckless teenager. I think people live in the fear that you will be a reckless teenager. You are being reckless. Haufai kucheza. Kwanza unaambiwa sasa umekuwa msichana mkubwa, haufai kucheza na wavulana. What do you mean by kucheza na wavulana? Can we put that clearly? Can we just put that very clearly? Can we be direct and teach me something? Don't just drop hints and expect me to go learn. Ndio maana kuna curiosity. Like, I wasn't the reckless teenager people thought I was, but many teenagers were reckless, and it's because of the fear and the shame and the guilt behind you liking someone as a teenager. Kwanza it was a taboo. It was a taboo. And yeah, so I don't know how I got back. I think I've eventually gotten back. I'm running around, but anyway, I think I've eventually gotten back to just being me and being very comfortable in myself and just doing me. Like, everything yenye na feel ni kama ilikuanga inakuwa criticized growing up, I feel like that's, yeah, kuna bad behavior sikatai, but these things, just because people don't want to explore them and dig deeper into them, they put a stop sign on these things without knowing what is in, like, without even any explanation, without trying to make you understand. And I feel like I really love where I am at right now, penye ninakumbusha my teenage self and my child self that hizi vitu zenye ulikuwa unaambiwa no, kwanza sema no. Mnajua si wasaida. I hope mnajua si wasaida. Anyway, hizo vitu zenye ulikuwa unaambiwa no without any reason, we can actually go back. Ama hizo vitu zenye ulikuwa unakuwa criticized about, we can actually go back and learn them for ourselves and just learn what works for us and learn them for ourselves instead of just conforming to what society has always taught us or what society has always said about it. And it's not your fault. Kwanza, this is for the girlies. Like, it was never your fault that teacher hit on you. It was never your fault. That is a pedophile. That is a fucking pedophile. But yeah, ni wewe ndio utaitwa kwa disciplinary committee explain mbona huyo msee anakukatia. Like, I understand kuna wenye huwa wanaenda kwa wamekatia huyo msee, but hiyo ni grooming. Like, ndio maana hata in a court of law, as long as wewe uko under 18, you're still considered a child na yeye ndio ako at fault, kwa sababu you are a child. You are supposed to be allowed to just be without being taken advantage of. Yeah. Sijui kama nitaposti video. acha nitaiangalia ndio nijue kama nitaipost, but basically heal your inner child, heal your, easy tu ni a few examples of things that I remembered and I am working on. Nilikuwa tu like, oh my god, look at how far I have come, you know. So yeah, basically invest in yourself. That's all I'll say. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Oh, anasema, there's something they usually say about adults are just children stuck in grown bodies. Adults are just children stuck in grown-up bodies. That is why when you are on your healing journey, there it is. When you are on your healing journey, most of the time unasikia watu wakisema, I was getting back in touch with my inner child, I was getting back in touch with my teenage self, and parts of me that were shadow work, parts of me that were always shunned. Unapata ukiangalia, like if you sit down and ask yourself, why is this part of me shunned, you'll find out that if it is not you, it is the society. It was never you. Like most of the time it is not you who shuns away, because you have to hold space for every aspect of your life and every aspect of yourself and learn from it. We weren't given the best rooms. We weren't given enough room to learn as much as we could when we were still children and teenagers. We were expected to behave like grown-ups, but now that we are grown-ups, okay, we are getting into tuna spiral. Anyway, I hope this resonates with someone. Yeah, catch you on the next one. Your local potted out. Nangoje hiyo ndege ipite.
Kwani inafly around up?
Ndio nashangaa. Ama hiyo ndio iko slow. Would you want to fly at walking pace or teleport? Umekumbuka hiyo?
Hapana.
Ilikuwa kwa Would You Rather.
Oh.
Anywho. Basically, I don't know how I feel about this video, but yeah, I don't even know if it's a full video. Have I talked about everything I wanted to talk about? I think I've touched on everything, but basically that's it.